Hello everybody, if you're watching this is a pre-recorded video, so I apologize if it's rambly or chatty. If you're not into those videos, please just feel free not to watch. But today I'm going to be making a muslin for my diaper bag, so I'm using vinyl and materials that I don't really care about to see if the idea I have will work. I'm modifying the Tribbiani Traveler. I'm using the small size and elongating it and adding side pockets that will mimic the Harriet bag. So I'm super excited. So let's get started. Hi Kalisha. How's it going? I'm gonna quickly grab some of my scrap paper in case. So I thought I would show you guys, we had printer issues, so all of like the scrap paper I have has customers' info on it, so that's why I just scratched that out. Oh, hey Kayla. Okay, so this is kind of my idea. So this is kind of fun for people who want to learn how to adjust patterns to what they're thinking, but aren't quite sure the way to go about it. So I'm just gonna explain my brain math a little bit. So I made the Tribbiani Traveler small size yesterday, and as I was looking at it, I was imagining what I wanted to change. So I decided I wanted to add 7 inches to the height of it. So what I did was I sketched out my pattern piece on paper, and I added 7 inches to the bottom to adjust. And you don't really need to add seam allowances. I'm strapping myself in for some Lauren brain math. You don't need to adjust your seam allowances right now unless you're very, very picky about how tall it needs to be. Then you need to make sure you add in that seam allowance. So since I added 7 inches here, I decided I wanted to add 2 inches to the width of it. And because we made those changes, you then need to add that back somewhere else. So since I added 2 inches to the side, I needed to add that 5 inches to the side pocket. So it really just depends on how the bag is put together, what you'll need to change. But it's like alchemy. Whatever you add, you have to put back somewhere else. I don't know anything about alchemy. It's math. It's give and take. But what I'm thinking is to add a front pocket like the teddy backpack has. I'm adding side pockets that are gonna zip out and expand like the Harriet. So I literally just traced those same pattern pieces. Oh yeah, when the pattern is square, so much easier. Ketchup packets. And then I'm gonna be making it a convertible backpack. Although I'm not really sure why I need to, since I would really only want to wear it as a backpack, but I'm gonna add this kind of foam backpack strap that adjusts at the bottom and then just clips on and off. I want to add the sleeve from the Trailblazer that becomes a trolley sleeve basically, so it can go on a suitcase. And for that, I'm going to be adding a zipper that closes so that it becomes a slip pocket when it's not a trolley pocket. So I'm just really excited. So I'm using vinyl that I don't care about. I'm not really a fan of the finish, the color. I ordered it online. So we're just gonna get started. I am not adding any lining to this. I haven't added any interfacing. So we're just gonna play with it. I was gonna use vinyl for the main fabric of this bag. However, after thinking about all of the interfacings I want to use, all of the, like I wanna add the thermalium fleece so that's insulated, but then with all of the pockets I'm gonna add, it's gonna get really thick really fast. So After I make this muslin version, I'm going to be using my backstitch woven fabrics because they're disgustingly thin. Oops, sorry. But with plenty of interfacing, they should hold up. And we will see how that goes. And if I'm not in love with that, then I will design my own fabric to use. I initially designed a vinyl to use, but like I said, I think it's just going to be way too thick. So I might make a changing pad or something. But anyway, let's get into sewing because I'm super excited. I have a piece of paper over here to write down any changes I need to make to the pattern pieces. I just went through my scrap bin to cut all this out. Like I said, this vinyl is just like, I mean, it's pretty, but it's not something I'd ever want to reach for. It's not going to hold up super well. It's kind of flannel backed. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the side pockets. I'm only adding one side pocket because why waste the materials to do both when I can get an idea of how it's going to look with just the one. So yeah, I'm excited. This is fun. I wanted to not do this live, but I figured you guys would really enjoy seeing the process, so I didn't want to deprive you guys of that. You're welcome. I'm such a good person. Actually, I'm gonna start with my backpack connector that I'm thinking about doing. I cut out these triangles and I will be adding a square ring inside when I sew it. So I'll show you what that looks like. It stays there now. So I've got a 2-inch wide piece of vinyl that I'm going to fold the raw end into the center. If you're using woven fabric, you got to use 4 inches so there's no raw edges, etc. I'm not going to add any hardware to this because I'm only adding one just to see what it's going to look like and see if I like that idea. I'll lower this down so you guys can see the table. Hi, Shelly. Thank you. I feel like we are. She's moving like crazy, which is good. I'm also just going to use scrap bobbins. I'm not worried about my thread color, anything like that. Yes, I do have an affiliate link for the Technisport chairs. There's a video of CJ and I putting one together. And the affiliate links are definitely in that video. All right, so I've inserted my strap connector, but I want it to be stronger, so I'm gonna put it in my seam allowance even more. Since these are the same size on either side, it's not gonna matter where I add it, since I'll be adding 2 of these to the finished bag. We'll just double that. So all I'm gonna do is trim at that corner and then flip this through. And so there's where my D-ring connector would be for my strap. Or square ring if I decide I want to make the straps permanent. I just thought having the capability of taking the straps off might be easier for travel so they're not like flapping around. But then because you have so much within that seam allowance, you can sew around twice and make it really stable. So these are some of my favorite connectors to add to backpacks for that reason. It's not going to be inside the seam of the bag, which already has a lot going on. It's a separate seam that sticks out of the bag. So I'm gonna add 2 stitch lines. These color combos are so good. I don't mind the lime green and the pink, but that brown with it, it's just a scrap. But, so that's what that would look like. Oh, thank you, Kira. Kira put the affiliate link there. So this is actually gonna get sewn to the back in the seam like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and baste it in place now so that I don't forget. But to give you an idea, if you're trying to add this to another thing, so this is the Triviani Traveler small elongated, and so I'm adding it to the bottom right there, and you would add 2 to a bag equidistant from each other. I'm gonna add this about 1.5 inches from the bottom. And I'm just basting that in place. So hopefully you guys can see that. So you'd add 2 on either side. I can't remember if the Trailblazer has this or if it's just a D-ring. I've only made the one, but. So you can see that you're not adding any bulk into your seam allowance here because all of that is within this little triangle connector. So thought that might be fun to see for you guys. Oh, is it just little D-ring connectors? All right, so now, like I said, I'm gonna work on this side pocket. I'm using a zipper tape color that I have plenty of excess of. I'm not gonna worry about ironing it or anything like that. Oh yeah, that would be fun. I love the bow zipper pulls. I'm just actually using some damaged zipper pulls that I have laying around. These are like thirds quality. They're not good enough to sell to you guys, and I wouldn't use it on a customer, but I can use it when I'm making a tester like this. Yeah, I love the triangle connector. The Elena backpack from I Think So uses it. All right, so now I'm making my Harriet expandable pockets. So I've literally just, luckily the size of the Harriet side pieces, the size of those Harriet pieces worked perfectly. I just had to elongate them to adjust. But I'm making this piece and then I'm going to trace it so I can make a lining for it. Because the lining for the Harriet isn't really a separate piece. So if you guys are curious about this pocket, how it's sewn, etc., I would recommend watching the Harriet tutorial I have or grabbing that pattern, whatever works. So I'm basting my zipper into place. I've marked out 1 inch from the top. Although I think 1 inch is still good. I'm super excited for these pockets. I was watching someone's diaper bag video, one that they purchased, and they were talking about like all the things they loved about it. And one of them was these expandable pockets so that she could fit one of her water bottles if need be, or she could just throw a bottle in there, etc. And I was like, I like that. Yeah, Carol, I thought this could be fun for you guys. This is, when I'm designing a pattern, it's so much fun, but I don't have the patience to put the pattern together. So I really just love expanding on ideas that others have. That's why I haven't released new patterns in, oh my gosh, has it been like 1.5 years? No doubt. They're just exhausting. So exhausting. I'm not built for it. All right, so there is the zipper installed, and now we'll add those side panels. Again, I'm not adding any lining to this bag. I'm not adding any pockets that I know will work, like zippered pockets, etc., because I'll just be able to add those when I make the actual bag. I want to sew it. I think I do want to sew it from behind. All right, so I've got that clipped in place. I know, hooked and hemmed, it's exhausting. to put it out into the universe and read it over and over and over again. And my biggest issue is designing the pattern pieces themselves. I don't know why. I actually, every time I design a pattern, I think I text my friend Nikki and I'm like, it's not working again. And then every time I tell her, oh, I found a fix, but then I forget the fix. So it's just, it is what it is. So there's one half of that pocket done. Again, I'm not being careful. I'm not ironing anything, so my zippers are gonna look wonky. It's just a tester. Watch it look like half decent though. That'd be nice. If only. Hi Roxanne, glad you could join us. Yeah, getting creative with patterns is one of my favorite things to do. I'll look at something and be like, ooh, I can change this and this, and that would be cool. And I feel like the patterns I design are made for you to adjust, you know? Like, hey, this was my blank space, just kidding, blank slate, and I want to see what you do with it. Okay, top stitch that down, and then I need to trace out a lining piece for this while I've got the piece. Even though it is not even at all on the bottom. So it becomes this square, but then you can zip it up to close it, or you can unzip it a little to fit something in there. So we'll see how this works. But I figured I may as well trace out a pattern piece for it while I'm here, and all I'm using is my leftover desk calendar paper. I never throw them away because it's a nice big piece of strong paper, so waste not, want not. Okay. Oh, hi Julia, thank you. Just having fun. And then this may not be a perfect square right now, but I'll have the general idea and I can measure it later to look better. So this is my Expandable side pocket lining. I also need to be careful about how I interface this, because if I use waterproof canvas to line the side pocket, it's going to be super stiff and hard to fit anything inside when it is closed. So people always ask me, like, what do you do for interfacing, etc., etc. You really have to factor in all those different things. A muslin is your tester, basically. It's mostly a term used in clothing, but I decided to use it for this because it kind of is. Oh, April, it's amazing, right? All right, so my pocket is bigger than my side piece, which is what I wanted. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna add, kind of like on the mini backpack, I'm gonna add some pleats to help make it expand better. To give it more of a 3D shape. So if you've made the mini backpack, it has the little pleat along the bottom, but I'm going to be adding these two pleats here And then I'll go ahead and zip this up, line up these pockets, and baste them in place. Again, I've only made one pocket just to see how it works. That's right. I'll go ahead and baste this along the bottom. I'm also making this video so that when I go to make this again, I can kind of see where my brain was at when I did it. So there's that. All right, so I'm gonna fold over this top edge. Normally I would add a lining here and then it would be finished, but just gonna top stitch it about 1/4 inch. Is it gonna look good? Absolutely not. Is it supposed to? Also, absolutely not. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm also making this to see if there's any changes my husband would like made. Although he might not carry it as much as I do, just because he leaves the house for work, you know? I don't. All right, so we'll see how that goes. Because I may even decide I need to make the pocket a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, which wouldn't be an issue because I can just add that length to the side zipper pieces. I don't need to add anything to the center. Okay. So that would be that side panel when it's zipped up. And then when you expand it, it opens pretty wide. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was planning for it to like fit a giant Starbucks cup. And then for the centerpiece, I would use a contrasting woven print. I would not use vinyl for that, but I might use vinyl for the side pockets just to give it a cleaner look. We'll see. All right, that's my other side pocket. So I'm gonna add clips to the top. Whoop, whoop, okay, goodbye. So I'll just set these aside so I know that they're the same piece. So far I'm digging that. I'm going to go ahead and cut out a zipper for this pocket. See if I like that. So I would definitely add double zippers to this. This is the front like bottle pocket that I kind of, Carol, you probably could. I don't know that I'd necessarily want to. I don't know. I mean, it's personal preference. Because I wouldn't want the zipper to have any issues like zipping up or down. I don't know if you guys watched my live the other day where I cut my knuckle, but whew, really hurts. Yes, that would definitely make it more like the Untitled backpack, but that's not necessarily the look I was going for, just taking that inspiration from it. All right, so I'm gonna add zipper tabs really quick to this zipper. Again, I don't care what it looks like, just having fun. Oh, I need one more zipper pull for the top zipper. Did away. Okay, I am gonna top stitch this just because it'll sit better. so I'm gonna find the center of my zipper now. And because this isn't going to be for sale or even use, I'm just gonna use my snips to find the center. The reason I don't use my snips to find the center on a zipper, I like to use my thread zapper, is because your zipper may end up fraying over time in that spot. Seen it happen. It's not fun. Okay, so I'm gonna snip the center here. And I just traced out these pieces. I don't own the teddy backpack pattern. I thought about purchasing it and using it, but the more I looked at it, I was just like, I don't know. I've heard it's so many pieces, and I just don't know if I can commit to that, you know. But I do think the teddy is probably more of a 3D shape, so I may end up purchasing it to use that piece. So I will tell you what I was thinking of for this top piece. I would cut out one lining, one exterior. Where the zipper goes, I would attach, of course, my zipper here. Wow, zipper tabs were not needed at all. But hey, better safe than sorry, right? It's the perfect size. So I would baste my zipper, add my lining, sew that all together. So imagine this piece has a lining, and then I would sew the top right sides together and flip it through this opening, like almost like a tube. And then I would top stitch the top and the bottom and sew that directly to the front so that I don't need to add any more fabric. I don't need to create another seam. I just sew it directly on the front. And that would be kind of like maybe the Doodlebug backpack cargo pocket, maybe? Wow, look at that. Great zipper, whatever, I don't care. And then for the other side of the pocket, my plan is to again baste my zipper, add my lining, and flip it right sides out. So it'd be like adding any, it'd be like sewing a regular old zipper bag or something. So baste the zipper, add the lining, right sides are together, we've sandwiched in. And then flip it wrong sides together and top stitch. And I'd also be adding elasticized pockets. And you can't really do that with waterproof canvas. Doesn't turn out well. Okay, so here's that pocket now. Again, it doesn't look good because I don't have any lining and I'm not worried about how my stitches look. Hello, Cheryl. All right, so then I'm gonna grab my front piece. And then my sides would be raw edges as well as my bottom. So I would just clip those to the front of the bag. I'd have my lining be raw edges because I really only need a lining on this zipper panel, or I can add my elasticized pockets to the front of the bag just directly. Hi Gina. Oh, ripcord? I've not heard of that. And then I'll have a finished edge for this top pocket, and I can kind of shape my zipper where it needs to go. And that kind of creates this like 3D pocket. I'll clip that in place. You could even add more slip pockets or more zippered pockets. I think my plan is to add a zippered pocket just right here for like my keys or my phone or anything like that. And then since I'll have a finished edge, all I need to do is top stitch it on. And I might end up adding 2 rows of stitching just for stability and for look. And then just sew all the way around. And I may end up using vinyl for the back panel as well, so it's wipeable. We'll see. Make sure I situate all that right. Definitely want to use longer zipper tabs. So then there I have this front compartment. I thought about making darts in it so that it can come forward. Cancel. Ripcord is on sports backpack equipment. Small round elastic controlled with a oh, okay, gotcha. No, I'll just use elastic because they're just little bottle pockets. It doesn't matter. So, oh, Rochelle. Yeah, I found this on eBay. It's not great vinyl, I promise. It's not great at all. So I really like that pocket. It would be even better with lining. I think 2 bottles could fit in there easily. So now we're ready to attach another zipper. I'm gonna grab a damaged zipper pull really quick. Sorry, sir. Where? Oh, there it is. The look on Ben's face is cracking me up. All right, so I'll go ahead and write down that I need a 24-inch zipper. Honestly, I should have been writing what size zippers I need for every piece, but I can figure it out while I'm making it. Not that worried about it. So again, for this part, I would be adding 2 zipper pulls so that it opens easily from either side. And I can use a tassel to lock it or something. Val says, could you advise what thread weight and needle you would recommend for vinyl bags that include interfacing? It really just depends on what machine you're using and whether or not it can handle that. On the Juki that I have, I use Tex 70 and 90 thread and a size 19 needle. Hi, Vicky. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just baste my zipper on. We're like almost done, honestly. I'm really doing this just to make sure that my pattern pieces fit together. I made no changes to the bottom of the bag because I didn't make any changes to the width of the bag. So hoping that works. And if not, we'll make adjustments. Val, I'm so sorry. I don't know anything about the Juki Mini to tell you. So I don't know. Definitely don't use all-purpose thread because that isn't thick enough. You might be able to try like a Tex 42, but I think the other Tex are way too thick. But maybe someone with that machine could tell you. I just don't know anything about them. All right. Okay, zipper. This is why you iron your zippers, people. Do you see that? Have I ever used a size 20? I have. And it works. It's just like a little bit too thick, I guess. I don't know. Size 19 is just my sweet spot. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, this is why you iron your zipper. It's killing me. Do you see that? Boop, boop. It's fine. I don't care. If you don't believe in ironing your zipper, that's fine. Maybe this will convince you. Iron your zipper. I'm also just trying to see if maybe I've made the bag too long, because I was just holding a ruler to my back and Tammy was saying, yes, that looks good. No, that looks too long. No, I wouldn't do it that long. Seriously. Oh, okay. Kira says that she uses Tex 70 on her domestic machine. Awesome. Good to know. I've just read it can mess with the timing of a machine, so I never want to be the cause of anyone's pain or machine doctor bill. Okay, so there is that added. Oh, that's right, I don't have two zipper pulls. So now I'm gonna grab my side pockets and attach those. Can you hold that, Ben? He's like, I'd rather not, but okay. You're fine. So lay that right sides together. Sizing adds up. But again, I didn't make any changes to the width of the bag, so that would be why. And then since I'm not adding any lining, I can just top stitch this down fully. So my plan for the actual bag is to add just simple strap connectors. The zipper thing that I'm using is called a zipper jig. You can find it on Amazon or eBay, or you can just use a fork. Okay, so I'm just gonna add like 18-inch handles and two little strap connectors on each side, and then I'm gonna add a D-ring connector to the center of the back so that my straps can clip onto it. Just to fill you guys in on that. All right, Ben, I'll take that back now. Thank you. So I think where my side pockets are hitting looks good. It's pretty close to the top, which means I'll have a nice big pocket. So then again, I think I'll add a zipper pocket here maybe I'll shorten this piece. It doesn't seem like it really needs to be that long, but then again, it'll be about 1/2 inch shorter with seam allowance changes. And then on the back, I'm going to be adding a zipper pocket again. I'll add my trolley sleeve, and then that one will have a zipper pocket on it as well. And then there'll be a zipper down here that I can unzip the pocket to then put it onto a trolley, a suitcase thing. But yeah, so let's see if my math worked out for these side panels now. I'm gonna guess it did, but I don't know for sure. So yeah, this side seam is gonna be super thick with all of the lining fabric for that trolley sleeve and everything else. Oh yeah, it checks out. There also, I have a tutorial for those expandable pockets. They're from the Harriet handbag by Swoon Sewing Patterns. I just love the curves of this bag. I don't know why. So for my lining, I'm going to be adding pockets again in the lining, but way shorter so that they hold bottles or diapers or whatever else. Ben, stop it. You don't need the zipper pull. Let go. Let go. Rude. Yeah, I'm so excited. Now, unfortunately, I won't be writing a pattern for this. This is none of my original concept, you know. So we'll see how I like the length of it as well. I really don't want it to be like too long, so maybe I'll shorten it by 1 inch and see if that works. We'll see. And that's kind of why I wanted to start with it as long as I might want it, so that I can adjust if need be. And I'm not going to use foam to interface my bag because I'll be using the fleece Thermolam, so I'm going to combine that with Decaville Light because the Decaville Light isn't going to add much thickness, especially if I leave it out of the seam allowances. Okay. It's kind of fun to talk through this with you guys. Not going to trim down seam allowances or anything, but I will mark out my centers so that I can add the bottom of the bag. Nice. Yep, the zipper is at the center. That's good. That's what we want. So anytime you're sewing something that's round, it is smartest to snip out your 4 centers so that you can line those up and then kind of work the curves out. Yes, a muslin is a rough draft. Hi, Real Pamster. Yeah, with the trolley sleeve, I thought about cutting it out now, but I didn't want to waste more zipper and more vinyl when I know how they work because of the Trailblazer backpack from Bagstock. Awesome pattern. And I do have that one upstairs. I may go get it or take you guys with me upstairs to compare them. But I don't know how I feel so far. I have to wait till it's flipped, I guess. Again, I'm not using any interfacing at all. That would have just been a waste. My zipper is undone on the top, but it wouldn't have mattered because I can access it. I haven't decided what vinyl I want to use yet with the Animal Crossing fabric. I don't want to use anything way too thick, and I don't think I'm going to use glitter vinyl. While I do enjoy glitter vinyl, it's not my favorite because it's so sticky. So me personally, I wouldn't be into that. I like the leather-backed ones, but we'll see. I do have some vinyls pre-ordered from Nancy at So Dolce, so I might end up using one of those. I think she said they're shipping soon, so that would be cool. All right, so it looks like the bottom lines up pretty well. I'll of course be more careful with my seam allowances on a final draft, but I'm gonna go ahead and sew this in so you can see there aren't any major puckering issues. So 1/2 inch seam allowance. I think my bobbin's gonna run out soon. I will be adding purse feet to my final just because it'll keep the bottom from getting too dirty. I wouldn't normally sew the bottom of a round bag on this fast, but I don't care what it looks like in the end. So, no pressure. Okay. So I'm not even gonna worry about trimming that down or anything. I'm just gonna lift up the camera and turn the bag. Because, I mean, that only took 50 minutes. That's not terrible. So I imagine my final one will probably take me like 3.5 hours, no doubt. Actually not the worst rounded bottom I've ever done. So I like the pleats actually. I'm not usually a fan of pleats in bags, but I like that. Cool, and it does stand up pretty well on its own. I was worried about that. I think I love it. I love it. I should have added 2 zipper pulls so I could get a better feel for that. But there's that side pocket. I'm gonna go ahead, let's just go over to my cutting table. So I'm done at the sewing machine. I need to stand up for a minute. Move my back. Just making sure this is up as tall as it can go. Move the camera. So, obviously I don't care. And these will actually end up lining up a little bit closer together with seam allowances. And then, let's see if my cup fits in there. Oh, she do. Look how perfect that is. I'll definitely be using smaller zipper pulls for that. And it can actually zip up somewhat snug so that it doesn't like jostle around, you know? So I'm really excited for that. Just a drink. So I think that'll look really cool on both sides of the bag. And then when you zip it up, kind of sits a little bit funny because of the curve, but it's not too bad, especially if there's something in it. I don't know, I may end up never really zipping it then, but I like the option to, just in case. So it doesn't look very wide. It's about 12 inches wide, but it's 18 inches tall. Not 18, it's 14. So I mean, let's see. Like on a back, I think it would be fine. Sorry if I have a wedgie or anything. So I feel like it's plenty big. And then it's still really easy to get into. And then I might add D-rings inside the zipper pull just in case I want to add a crossbody strap. Oh yeah, exactly. Always add an extra shirt for yourself. I agree. Yeah. All right, let's see. Sorry. Mother of 5 here, and it looks plenty big. Yeah. I was kind of thinking that. It's kind of big. Okay, Lori, wee, let's move. So yeah, the trolley sleeve would go on the back. I'd have a zipper pocket up here, a zipper pocket up here, and the bag would have a much better shape with the lining and all the interfacings. I just really love that side pocket. Like, I'm just trying to decide if it looks weird when it's zipped up. So this is basically the Tribbiani Traveler with a little bit of the Elena backpack. The side pocket, it could be made bigger. If I do end up doing that, what I would, just to let you guys know, is I would be adding, it's so true, add inches to this piece here. But yeah, the likelihood that I would zip it would only be if there is like a smaller bottle inside. But you can see that it holds stuff while being zipped up anyway. But yeah, it looks like it sucks up that zipper panel a little bit. I agree. But I'm also wondering, like, if it were interfaced, would it look as bad? I mean, it's, yeah. But you know what? I honestly don't mind it. because I can always just zip it a little bit too. Like a frilly ruffle, or do you mean one of those? Because I wouldn't want to do that, then it won't expand the way I want it to. But I think even if it's just half zipped, like it adds a little dimension to the bag. So I'll definitely be adding those. I think I like it, and I just love that it fits my Starbucks cup so nicely. Oh, I love it. Oh, elastic ruffle. I gotcha. I don't know that I'd want to. But here, I'll let you, Kira's name has a wrench because she's an admin. One cat, two cats. So there's what it looks like inside. It's still pretty easy. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 zippered pockets inside, and then I'm gonna do a large open elasticized pocket. Carmilla, that's a really good question. Will your cup fit as nice with lining interfacing? And I think so, because I'm not gonna use anything too thick. And then a divided elastic pocket. I will definitely be doing a birthing. I ain't dropping it in. But then I'll do elasticized pockets on the sides there. Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be awesome. I can add a changing pad to it. I really like the height of it. It just looks so sad right now. And then in here, so one will have 2 divider, and then one will just be one big one, just in case. And then in here we'll have elasticized sectioned pocket, and then this will be insulated like the teddy. I don't really think this needs to be curved, but I do like it. Oh, clear pockets could be fun. Yeah, Carol, that was another idea I had, was so that when the trolley pocket is zipped, the changing pad could just slip right into the back. Yeah, it does look pretty curved. So these are the fabrics I'd want to use for it. Let's see, where'd my original sketch paper go? But yeah, slip pocket for changing pad. So this is from Backstitch Fabrics. These are so cute. I'm probably going to use, well, I'll definitely use my zipper pulls. Your talent has no boundaries. It's all right. So yeah. Those are the changes I made. And I don't think I want to change the width at all. I'll be using the fossil and the leaf pulls that I have in rainbow for this one. Yeah, definitely rainbow. All the rainbow. So yeah, this was the fabric I initially wanted. I did a painting and everything, but once it was printed, it's way too small, so I may end up actually selling some of those. I think they'd be good for Devons and stuff. All of the Animal Crossing zipper pulls are for sale already right now. They're in stock, what can be anyway. Update on hardware. My supplier told me it'll be here August 22nd. That's a Saturday, so I don't know if it'll come that Friday or if it'll come that Monday. So I'm not sure, but that's when the tangled pulls will be stocked with the hardware. I'm gonna wait. I posted in So Whatever asking if you guys want me to wait or stock it all together, because September 1st we have some amazing fabrics coming as well. But I'll just, oh yeah, October 13th I am due. Weekend sale, yeah. Whenever it's here and we've got it put away, I will stock the hardware and the tangled zipper pulls, and I'll definitely give you guys a 2-day heads up of when that will be, because right now I just don't know. They were like, oh, we're gonna use this cheaper shipping company and it'll make it easier for you. I want one basket pull. Oh yes. Oh, thank you, Angela. We're excited to have you with us. Yeah, I love these back strap connectors. Do you already have your layout planned out? Bib patterns? I made a bunch of burp cloths, but I'm not really concerned about bibs at the moment. But I do have an Amazon baby registry, and still not sure on baby shower. I don't want to see a bunch of people. And yeah. So the tangle pulls are going to be sold individually, so you can just buy one of any color. This is going to be this is my tester for the diaper bag that I'm making. So this was just my muslin. Right? Yeah, I know a lot of people have asked for the baby registry link, and I've gotten a few gifts, which is awesome. But I don't want you guys to feel obligated. I don't know, I just hate that idea. Like, here's my link, send me stuff. Ugh. Pandering, I don't like it. What do you think, Ben? You like it? Is it good? Post the link, ma'am. Yeah, I'm excited. This feels good. Yeah, we'll definitely have to figure that out. Not really. Ben has been about the same. Connor definitely has. He just sleeps all day. All day. Every day. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out while I made the muslin. Ugh, I'm obsessed with this side pocket, man. Obsessed. So this What are you doing, sir? Are you yelling at me to restock the hardware? Because I can't. I'm waiting on the shipment. Ban. It's like it's my channel now. All right, thank you guys. I will see you later. Bye.